Leaving work, kids, and diets behind, 4 girlfriends join me in Big D, that's Dallas, Texas, for a weekend of fun, relaxation, and lots of conversation. Now, ladies, you know what we talk about when the boys aren't around, and this time, we got it on tape. I'm your host, Kim Nelson-Ingram. Join me and the girls as we spend a weekend at the Eat Spot.
The word is so racially charged with such hatred and such the power of hatred. The history of it is so powerful.
But I've heard it said to me by some friends, "What's up, my nigga, man?" That touched my heart in such a way. And this is my man.
So, I mean, right, Terrence is crazy, right? But people, you have heard people say, "What's up, my nigga?" And you don't even flinch. Nope. But let Billy Bob come in talking about, "What's up, my nigga?" You're going to look like, what? But are we confusing white people by us saying it ourselves? I mean, you know what I mean? Especially now, to Oprah's point, in her generation, when she came up, when our parents came up, you didn't utter that word unless there was a negative connotation behind it. Then, as our generation came along, it started to be the difference between the N-I-G-G-A, N-I-G-G-A. My mom don't see no difference between the two. But
I think it's also a southern and a northern, or a southern and a western thing, because when I was growing up, and in my mother's generation, they did use it. In LA and San Diego and California and Oakland, we used it. I mean, as Panthers, they used it all the time. So I had never seen it in a negative connotation until I learned the historical significance of the N-I-G-G-E-R, etc. So I'm still torn. I still use it, and I don't see no problem with it. But I also respect other people's opinion that they don't like them. I try not to use it around me.
I try not to use it, but I slip and use it just out of habit. The N-I-G-G-A, if I'm playing around, joking, whatever. But I try not to use it because really deep down in my soul, I feel like it's okay in a closed forum. But if you don't want to use it in a public forum, how do you really use it? Because I have an attitude. Let Sally Sue come say N-I-G-G-A or E-R. Sally Sue's going to get checked. So am I incorrect? You know what I mean? Am I incorrect? Would I be incorrect, for using it? My little daughter comes home from school talking about, "Mommy, somebody called me a nigga." And Michael said, "Well, did they say nigga or did they say nigger?" It ain't gonna matter. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's a hard one because I'm like, Terrence, somebody, "What's up, my nigga?" You gonna be, "What's up, my nigga?"
You have a problem with
it.
I don't know. And I think, and I think one of the arguments we used to use was, people were taking the word back.
Yeah.
And as someone said before, you can't take something back that you didn't put out there. You didn't put it out there. You didn't put all the negative connotation to go with it. So you don't get to take the power of that word back. It's too racially charged for you to ever have that power. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Because if you think about the origination of the word and how, if you just think about our ancestors that were hung on trees and lynched while they were saying, "You nigga this, you nigga that."
Right. Then there's no positivity.
Then you go, how can you? It's just like, this is an example that I was talking about with one of my girlfriends the other day. I was like, okay, let's say it is okay to use nigga.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens if one day it becomes okay to use bitch?
Some people do think
just okay. Like, well, some people do, but I mean, like, as commonplace as it is, like, if your husband's like, "Hey, bitch, what's for dinner?" You know what I'm saying? But see what I'm saying?
Commonplace nowadays.
No, it's not. It's not that commonplace.
You get so many females out there that be like, "This is my bitch.
Right.
These my down hard bitches." Every day of the week. You might not see it.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
But
But I told you, I'm the ghetto bird. I see it. I see it all the time. All the time. It's like, and they say the same thing about that. They take it back.
But is that so? If what you're trying to tell me is, if any time, any place, somebody calls you a bitch, you fine with it?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm trying to make a parallel between that.
But it's the same. The bitch and the nigga word are basically on the same level right now. It's women that allow you to call them a bitch.
Yeah.
And they're okay with it. It's females that allow their friends to call them bitches. Look, exactly. Paris Hilton, Nicole. Bitch. Every other word. That was their favorite word. That's how they identified themselves as friends. They called each other bitches.
It's people that do the same thing with the nigga word. They feel like they take it back. If I call you a bitch, and that's the level that we're on, it's okay. You know, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't matter about what Erica says or what Layla says or what anybody else says about it. It's just how you view it. But I mean, what can you do about it? It's the same way. Nigga and bitch, same thing in same society. You might not hear bitch as much as you hear nigga, right? But I do.
Ain't that a bitch? Okay, here's what. You guys are single. So Erica and Marceline are out at the club. I'm trying to put you on blast, which is fact. Y'all out at the club, and y'all sitting together like you're sitting together now, and y'all both see Demetrio, and he's fine, and you're like, ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, what's the rule? Who gets to holler at him if y'all both are interested in him?
That's hard.
Well, whose type is
What's
he?
so funny is that this actually didn't happen to me.
So what's the law? What do you do?
He's my boyfriend now. And she had no business because she had a man to begin with.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's
You're trying to be selfish.
But what if you're both single and you have your eye on the guy at the same time? What do you? I mean,
It kind of depends. It's hard. That's a real hard situation because both of you are gonna vie for that attention. I think the best approach is to talk to him together and let him choose. Because whoever he's more attracted to or whomever he has more in common with, 9 times out of 10, that's who he's gonna fall to anyway. And if you see you're not the one in the conversation that's getting off, step back. Take a back seat. Move on to the next dude. There's plenty of them walking around. Get your free drink somewhere else.
And I think I'm the kind of person that would probably just be like, if I saw my friend is interested, I'd just naturally move on. I
don't know about that. If he was fine, and I feel like he was my type, I need to know.
I step back. I'm not a competitive.
Yeah.
I've never played competitive.
I'm not competitive either.
And so I just step back. And if he's not interested in her, and then he pursues me, then I'd go to her and say, okay, you know what? Get a step to me. What you
Back to
What
girlfriend-in-law.
you got going? If there's something you want to do, let me know now. Now it's her job to say, no, I really did want, or girl, go on. If she's really my girl and she knew he wasn't tripping her, then she would say, girl, go on. If she says, no, but I really wanted and he wasn't tripping her, then I know she's not really my girl. And you and I probably can't go out.
So
She went deep.
yes, she did. But basically, she said the same things you said, and ultimately, it's the guy. You got to see where the guy is coming from, and if the guy is feeling you more than her, the girlfriend has to say, okay, so girlfriend-in-law. 2 girls meet the guy at the same time. You both like him, but whoever the guy steps to is who the guy gets. Girlfriend-in-law.
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 Is that my man Al?
She's such an old head.
Go ahead with yourself, Mr. Green.
Do you see her? She's so old school. We got the old heads in the middle.
Get the note.
Stand together. Stand together. If somebody's door is ajar.
That's the best boy. Who is that? Make it one of them home. All the love. You gotta get ugly with it.
Ghetto people, your dreams have now been fulfilled. Get out your seat and let's get real.